So here we are, playing a game set on the inside of a giant O. It's Victoria 2. How bad could it be? Everyone tells me this is gonna suck. We're gonna find out right now. I tried to click on the tutorial. I really tried. But it took me back to the Steam page where it says the game's running. But it's not. It's kept the cursor. They said it would be difficult. They did say it would be difficult. Okay, I actually tried restarting Steam, which I think is supposed to force close the game, but after logging in again, it still says it's already running, and I can't start the game. Look, it says I tried. I tried, okay? I tried. I really thought I wouldn't break down immediately. I thought I'd at least open the game. It was running some audio codecs, some weird audio codecs that were like carried on after the game closed, and that meant you couldn't open the game again. I don't know. It keeps changing the resolution back to something really low. Oh my god. Well, I think my main Victoria 2 experience will be watching this video of the Halo world. Well, yeah, it's going well. We've built a massive metropolis on the Isle of Wight and sent out a few lines to go steal everything or whatever the Victorians did. I don't know what happened in Britain. I'm British. They don't tell us. For a reason, I understand. All we need to do is remain calm. We can do this. Looks like single player's kind of corrupted already. The text is bleeding out of the UI. Well, we're going to go in for this. Tutorial. Okay, we've made it further than we've ever made it before. This is incredible progress. There are 9 tutorials. Oh no, that's just the first tab of tutorials. This is too small. This, obviously, is too small. Look at all the text on the screen. Why is it like in a table as well? The most boring possible way of presenting it. I don't think I'm going to read it. It wants me to use find province or country function to get back to Belgium. We're going home, boys. I really thought it was this button. I really thought that was there because that was the button. Oh, it's this. It's showing you a picture of the button. This is already leagues better than Imperative Rome, which would just say find the button. You're on your own, kid. We found it immediately. All you have to do is know how to spell Belgium. Belgium. First time. We're back in Belgium. It wants me to change the map mode. This reminds me when I played Crusader Kings 2 and everyone was shouting at me in the comments to change the map mode and they were all wrong the entire time. The passage of time. It's too early in the morning to understand such concepts. What do you want from me? It's 1836. Well, I've got up earlier than I thought. Wait, is it like Hearts of Iron where you have a health bar and a real health bar? I suppose it is. Take a moment to hover your mouse over the icons to get more information. 0.000% experience, really emphasizing how unexperienced our troops are. That's probably going to help. The max speed of infantry is 4 kilometers per hour. Can't they jog or something? Why is their supply consumption 180%? 180% of what? Isn't actually 100% is the amount that they consume? So we're giving them 80% more food than they need and they're just throwing it away? Are they fortifying the border with waffles? We are Belgium. Oh, that's probably what it is. This is good. It says please click the split army icon. It shows you a picture and there's this tiny impossible to see arrow pointing at where it is. If I hadn't already played all the other games that are the same as this, I would never find that button. Click. I need to click on the Threem division in the outliner. Easier said than done, my good friend. Is it this? This? Okay, it's this. Okay, that was pretty good. You thought I'd never find it. The developers thought you'd never find it. That's half the playtime of the game. They thought you'd never find that button. But I had a vague feeling that this is what the outliner was called. I feel like that was mentioned in the tutorial of a different Paradox game, that this was the outliner. They should put it in the tutorial of this game as well. Now there's an idea. Here's another one. Here's another one. Press the production tab in the top bar. Oh, they have put an arrow. Okay, look how hard that is to see. It's almost completely transparent, that button. You could barely see it. If you were glancing around the screen, there's no way you'd see this 10 by 5, 95% translucent. I'm not mad. Right. What does RGOs mean? Apparently it means farms and mines, where they're harvesting the bounties of nature. RGOs? I can't even imagine what that could stand for. What could that possibly stand for? Raw material good? No, that's RMG. I was so excited when I saw the R, I thought I'd solve that mystery. That's probably the most excited I'm going to get playing this game. Okay, it looks like we're losing money. It's time to make some tough economic decisions. Tax the proles. That doesn't even do it. You don't have any money? Okay, I'm with the rich. Okay, why do we tax everybody the maximum amount? That's still not enough. Okay. Do we just not have any money? Oh, it's education. We don't need that. Get that out the window. Ah, the poor strata. Point them out to me. Put a few bullseyes on them if you don't mind. So we need to take a look at the pie charts. Looks like 32% of the middle class get none of their needs. Does that mean they're going to die? None of their needs? 32% get everyday needs. 35% get life needs. What could possibly be the difference? What's the yellow one? The yellow one, 2% have their life needs partly fulfilled. Well, it's actually a little bit better to be poor, because if you're in the middle, there's a 32% chance that you're going to actually die. At least the poor people, 78% chance you get part of your needs fulfilled. Well, being rich, I suppose, is pretty good. Yep, some of them get life needs, some of them get everyday needs. Do they not get both? Reducing consciousness. Now here's a government policy we can all get behind. Having clergy present in a province will cause the local to have a reduced consciousness gain. This effect is higher on poor strata pops. Those goddamn proles, they're trying to become conscious. We have to do something about this. Okay, we better increase the education budget to as high as we can possibly have it. There we go. Get the clergy out there to make sure people don't realize stuff. Don't let them find out, okay? I feel like it's a bit of a meta-commentary because here I am losing my consciousness. Reading this tiny text, which is so small, it reminds me of like a Bible. This is kind of like what the clergy does. Is this a meta-mechanic? Is this genius? I think it might be. I'm losing consciousness right now looking at this. Wow, that's way more complicated than it needs to be. So the loan system actually takes into account how much money there is in the international banking system and that your people are depositing money into it, and that's changing how much you can take out as a loan? Can't they just... What about the thing? Fractional reserve banking. Can we invent fractional reserve banking? We don't have time for this mechanic. At least we can rebel. It says, if you haven't taken a loan, do so and press next. What if I don't? Haha! Victory! I've beat the system. Goddamn loan shark Victoria 2. Stealing my consciousness, stealing my money, trying to get me indebted to the World Bank. Or is it the Bank of Belgium on the United Kingdom and the mysterious private investors, the Whites? Now, to the next thing. And there are still so many things along the UI to look at. We're only on this thing. It's been 35 minutes. Please. Oh, I see. Look at this. This is a nice, confusing UI design. You see, these titles, power, mechanization, metallurgy, they're nothing to do with these above. This is a tab control for a grid that's under the tab control, and it's lined up to make you think that these rows, these columns mean something together. I'm having a meltdown. I actually used to do spreadsheet design professionally, so this gives me some right to complain. This should be completely different, okay? Put the tabs here and then have the columns here, like two different things, if these menus are completely unrelated, which I think they are. Huh? How dare other people make things that I have to look at? Welcome to Offie D's experimental railroad, baby. Yeah, you don't need the safety bar. It really doesn't make a difference. It hurts more with the bar, if anything. I guess I don't get why the clergyman generate your research points? It's 1836. Shouldn't there be universities or like private crazy rich guys who invent things like Offie D's experimental railroad experience, no guarantees? All railroads lead into this mine. Have fun down there, children. Well, okay. Looks like we need more priests to invent trains for us. It's all there in the holy book somewhere. Each tech has a thing that it does, and then you might invent something else by random chance, as far as I can tell. So if we invent interchangeable parts, we might also have a food packing system. I think. Here, spanners for dinner. Good invention. What? In this tiny text box it says, as you can see, Prussia is dominated by the military-industrial complex. What do you mean, as you can see? What am I looking at that makes me think, damn, Prussia's fully under the control of the military-industrial complex? Eisenhower was right. Wait a minute. I'm Prussia now. What happened? Oh no. The tutorial's too hard. Prussia took over Belgium while I wasn't paying any attention. Okay, they're dominated by the industrial complex because it says 6 out of 30? Is that... I mean, the arrow's pointing at it. As you can see. Can you see, ladies and gentlemen? Write in the comments an essay on the evidence for the existence of the military-industrial complex... Oh, it says it here. Oh, it says it here. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You were right. As I could have seen... What's it called? The idea that, like, the progression of history and ideas is kind of linear and, well, it's like this. I'm pretty sure you can't have a cultural technology tree. We're about to have a very high-level philosophical discussion about whether political thought goes in a straight, like an order. Do you have to know about the rights of man to know about ideology and the government? How is it 1836 and we haven't invented the government yet? Please, we're so far behind. This goddamn military-industrial complex is holding us back. Well, we need like postmodernism so that we don't have to go through the tree and then we can just skip to the end. That doesn't appear to be an option. But anti-rationalism and social alienation. I mean, those sound like great ideas. Let's do it. So there are only 25 technology trees? I understand that entirely. Advanced politics? Or basic? Let's go for basic politics. Oh, we've made it on to the next one. It's now been 45 minutes. So I've been trying to read the tooltips, which... Well, I'm almost out of time for playing the game. This is almost the end. Oh, I think I get it, because we've got... Now that we're reducing people's consciousness, they don't want the reforms. Like... Reducing the workday is extremely unpopular. 0.04% want it to go down from 14 hours to 12. Okay. It's weird that quite a lot of the upper house would vote in favour of that. The upper class are much more in favour of reducing the workday than the people who do the work. So we can see what people like in this list. There are so many things, and it looks like people just hate everything. Are there no reforms that people want? Some people are anti-military. I do think it's actually pretty cool that it bothers to distinguish between what people want and what voters want, because that's like a real-life political distinction that's rarely made. But yes, this does matter. The voters are way more reactionary than the population at large, the voters being, I don't know, probably like men over 30 who've got a Bentley or something like that. I forget what the exact regulations were. Well... Yeah, people don't like anything, including what we have now. They don't like state capitalism, and that's what we have. We've got protectionism, they don't like that. Safety, so unpopular. 0.04% of the population want it. Some of the voters want it. Again, what about healthcare? Well, nobody wants no healthcare. Or low healthcare. They're perfectly fine with trinket healthcare. Well, are they? Let's check it in the list. Trinket... Oh, there's other things that have trinket written on the front. Okay, we don't know whether people like trinket healthcare, but it's what they got. They don't want less. They don't want more. They certainly don't want a lot more. Good healthcare. What an unpopular policy to run on. Good healthcare. I will never vote for good healthcare. I want the thing that's worse than low healthcare. But it's a little bit better than nothing. Vote for the Nationalist Pottage. It's better than nothing. Not a guarantee. Your people are your most important resources. Now that's the kind of objectification we like to see. Let's spend some of our resources to make number go up. There must be a way. Looks like we're going into the next menu. Menu number 5 of 8. No, we're not. Oh, it wants me to click on Brussels. I'm sorry. We're actually going somewhere else. Okay. Okay. Are you sure, game? It's like you can see the workforce's composition, you can see their ideologies, you can see their culture. This is not so much information, however. Oh, you thought this was a lot of information? Why don't you click this button, you idiot? Now you've got information. Wow, yeah, this is quite a lot of information. Okay. It's time for an in-depth look at Flemish craftsmen. There's another, even more complicated looking menu for each one of those buttons. I'm going to die in real life. I thought Imperator Rome had a complicated pop system. This is out of control. Well, look at these issues. It's quite colourful, isn't it? Again, no general support for anything in particular. That's all looking good. Ooh, it popped up with an explanation of what the even means. 3.97 consciousness. That's not very much. What's that out of, by the way? I wonder how we're getting this data from our population. Who's going around taking these polls, trying to work out if they know what their best interests are? You have to go up to the craftsman and say, "So, sir, would you like more money or less money?" Less money. Yes, that's right. I'll give you 2. It's all going swimmingly. Keep it up, Bishop. Don't let them find out. I think, so everyday needs is like in the middle. So it's like, you need the water. You want the beer. But you should really go for the wine if you want to be truly classy. So this is what we have to give people: the fish and the cow. They kind of want the girders and the Nota pipes and the cup of tea. But and they also want the cup of tea here. There's some of the same things here, but they need it a bit less. Maybe like this is just like luxurious. Like, I'll have 0.36 cups of tea if you don't mind. But if you insist on increasing that to 0.4, who do you think I am? Some toff? Well, you're right, I am. I'll take that extra 0.04 of a cup of tea. Thank you very much. The primary gameplay effect of consciousness, or con, is to drive reform. This is it. The big con. We can't let them find out what's going on. We've made it to trade, ladies and gentlemen. The RGOs are back. It's still not going to tell me what RGOs are. I don't know how much more. I really don't know how much more. Oh, it's another one. It's another one. Look at all those. No, I just aged 50 years. Well, we have 0.36 Clipper convoys. That's something. Well, I feel like the numbers are too abstract. What does it mean to have 3.46 canned food? What does that mean? I feel like I have more than 3.46 canned food in my house. The government needs 0.0427 liquors, okay? Look, we can't get through this goddamn spreadsheet. I need 0.187 wines and 0.0727. I can't read the numbers. They're too small. We need glasses. That's not on the list, is it? I mean, wine has the opposite effect. No wonder we're getting all the numbers wrong. You can't mess with me. I've drank roughly 18% of a bottle of wine, and I've got roughly 48% of a handgun. And I'm at least a fifth of the way to having a bullet to shoot you, good sir. I think I'm going to make it to the end, but I don't think I'm going to have learnt anything by the end of it. I think that's where we're obviously going with this. It's diplomacy time. We're at peace. I thought we were at war. Well, what do I know? Look, I've had a fifth of this bottle of wine. I will trade you 0.071 artillery guns if you can give me half a bullet. That's all I need. I just need one bullet to solve this whole problem. Another large chart to browse with gajillions of numbers, most of them being zeros specifically. Oh, there's the number 1 here. What's this? 1! Well, Portugal has 1 British flag. Most of the world really lacking, really lacking. 2 Sicilies? What's 2 Sicilies? They made a second one? It was so good the first time. So that's what that means. Burma is influenced by the UK 1. I suppose I don't know what that means actually. Luxembourg are ruled by the conservative fraction. Now that's way cooler than a conservative faction. They're also a civilized nation. Well, how about that, Luxembourg? Going strong with your 1 prestige point. What does it mean? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Find the United Kingdom in the list and click them. That'll show you. Haha, you've been clicked, good sir. The United Kingdom, interestingly, not influenced at all by the United Kingdom. Notice the 8 countries in the upper left corner. These are the great powers. What? I'm one of them. Am I? Is this another "as you can see" moment? Is it on the screen this time? Is it the top left? Oh, I'm Prussia again. Okay, I'm Prussia again. It's happening again. Has everything I've been looking for been behind this text? Now it's like, find France and declare war. Isn't the list behind? Can this be moved? Is this even possible? You want me to find France and declare war without seeing, based on only this information on the right? Well, luckily I've memorized how many swords France has. Oh no, we can do it, because it shows you up here when you have them selected. So all I have to do... Oh, it was the 4th one in the list. I was like, I'm going to have to scroll through everyone. It was the 4th one in the list. Okay, game. You win. I guess it wasn't that hard, was it? It couldn't have been any easier. Oh, here. This is what it meant when it said the top left. To click on this button to bring up this other thing. See? Every time I'm facetiously criticizing this tutorial, it was there the entire time. The entire time. It could not have been any easier. It was always there. Okay, click next to find out, but I did not read the rest of the text. So in this menu, we're influencing other countries. I can say be very influential to Hanover, and maybe Prussia will have more than 0 pressure points in Hanover, thus achieving great success. The battles of influence will intensify. Yes! Was that it? Have I done... we did diplomacy? We did it. We did it. Thanks for watching Victoria 2. I don't know what to say about that. It feels very similar to other Paradox games, but way more complicated, and they were already quite complicated. Is there any advantage to playing this game over living your life in another way? That's what I want to know. Question for the fans, for the devs, is why? Simply put, why? How? Well, we started to answer that question. Why? Not even close. Where? Well, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Oh my god, I've wasted 1.5 hours on this. Alright, I need to record more important things. Maybe I'll summon up the courage to play the game, for real, one day.